You're watching Stewart Spotlight Podcast live with your host, William Stewart Jr. With topics of everyday life. Tune in every Friday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Live streaming on Facebook and YouTube. Today's guest, Doris Soap. Refugee camp to United States citizenship. Sit back and relax and enjoy another episode. Now your host, William Stewart Jr.
Good evening and welcome to another exciting episode of Stewart Spotlight Podcast. My name is William Stewart Jr. and I am your host this evening. I hope everyone had a wonderful weekend getting ready for this weekend. Today is Friday, June the 6th. Summertime is about to start. It's getting hot up in here. Well, it's really literally getting hot up in here, all these lights on. But it's getting hot up in here. Today, this is the new month for June. And you know what time it is for June. It's this time.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear viewers. Happy birthday to you.
That's right. If your birthday is in the month of June, happy birthday. And if you have an anniversary, happy anniversary to you as well. And also the month of June is Pride Month. So we have a lot going on for this month so far. And I have a very, very interesting guest today. And it's just mind-blowing when I had the interview with him, the knowledge and what he went through. But before we bring on my guest, I need your help. Go ahead. How you going to help me? This is how you're going to help me.
I need your support. I need you to like, share, subscribe, comment, and make sure you turn on your notifications. So therefore, every time you hear this, you know that Stewart Spotlight Podcast is live.
That's right. Make sure you turn on your notifications and make sure you leave a comment. Give us some feedback of how we're doing and give us that thumb up so we can get those ratings and viewers up. Make sure you subscribe and send it to your neighbors and family and friends. I have a quote for today. My weekly quote comes from Abraham Lincoln. Commitment is what transforms a promise into reality. Commitment is a transform. See, let me say this over again. I'm just messed that whole thing up. Okay, commitment is what transforms a promise into reality. Now I got it. Let that soak into you a little bit. Today's my guest today is I hope I pronounced his name right because I'm always getting his name right. Incorrect. Doris Soap. Doris Soap. He's going to tell you when he come on. But before we bring him on, we're going to go into a small break, and he has a story to tell. And I want everybody to really listen to what he went through. So we'll be back right after this break.
Hi, my name is William Stewart Jr. I'm the host of Stewart Spotlight Podcast. How would you like to be a guest on my show? If you have gone through something, came out of something, and just want to share it, we would love for you to be a guest to discuss any topic related to your situation. Your insight of experience, wisdom, knowledge would be invaluable to our viewers. Who knows? By sharing could help someone who may gone through what you came out of. sharing is caring. So give us a call, 888-552-1944, so we can schedule you on the next Stewart Spotlight podcast.
That's right. Give us a call at 888-554-1944. Be my guest. Be my guest on this podcast. Let's talk about what you know about. Today's guest, welcome back to Stewart Spotlight. Today's guest is a gentleman who went through a lot from refugee camp to becoming a United States citizenship. Without further ado, let's welcome my guest, Darwin. Welcome to the show. How are you doing?
I'm good. Good evening.
Oh, I'm so glad that
How you doing, Mr. Stewart?
I am doing just great. Thanks for taking the time out of your busy schedule to come and appear and give us some history about refugee camp to become a United States citizen. So how's your family doing?
Good. Thank you. Yeah, no, like your phrase said, no, sharing is caring. So it's a good to learn from each other, right?
Yes, exactly.
The more you know, the more we could accept our differences and acknowledge each other as human beings, pretty
Right.
much.
That's so true.
Yeah.
First, let me acknowledge and thank my niece, Laura Lee. I know she's looking. She's from Orange County, California. Hey, Laura, thank you. Laura is my niece who suggested to have Mr. Saul on my program today, and he has a story to share. So once again, thank you, Laura. I'm not going to prolong this. We're just going to go straight into this because, just by listening to you and reading the history, that is really exciting. I mean, maybe not too many people know about becoming from a refugee camp to becoming a United States citizen. It takes a lot. So where were you born first?
So I was born in Aurora area it's called Preikroj, in the province of Battambang, Cambodia.
Okay.
So which is about a good 5-6 hour from the capital, Phnom Penh. So it's
Loping?
Phnom Penh is the capital of Cambodia. So I was born a good 6-7 hours away from there.
Okay.
In a small town called Preikroj.
Okay.
In the province of Battambang, Cambodia. That was in the mid 1970s.
Okay. So how many siblings were there?
So sibling, I had one older sister at the time.
Okay. Now,
Yeah.
I believe you told me something happened to your father that your mother told you about.
Yes. So I was born during an uprising or a time of civil war among Cambodian back then, right? The Vietnam War was going on. What most people don't realize, Southeast Asia share the same jungle. Cambodia, Laos, Thailand, and Vietnam, we share that same jungle. So when things happen at that jungle, a lot of people are forced out, whether it be dropping napalm or landmine. To this day, people are still stepping on landmine, right, in the jungle of those areas.
So those
because they get stuck in trees.
So those landmines were there for years, or someone just
started? Oh yeah, for decades. Because they would drop there during the chaos of the Vietnam War and Southeast Asia Civil War going on right there.
Okay. Wow.
So when all that happened in the mid 70s, Cambodia had their own uprising. So the Khmer Rouge, which I would say if I translate would be the red Cambodian, right?
Okay.
Khmer means Cambodian, and Rouge means red because before that we were under French Parliament's rule. But when all that chaos happened, the French just up and left. They took important people with them, like generals and politicians,
okay,
and they left everyone else to fend for themselves. So with this coup or civil war, like the civil war in the U.S., brothers and sisters were killing each other over political belief.
Wow, really?
Right, and so we had that going on in the mid '70s until the early '80s.
Okay,
so I was born in the mid thing. So when that came in, when you run or try to escape, you don't run as a family. So if someone step on a landmine, everyone dies. So you scatter. So we ran a different direction. My mom's sister and brother ran a different direction, and they got picked up and taken elsewhere. We got captured with my mother, father, and sister and placed in concentration camp.
Okay, I was just about to ask about that because your whole family was in a concentration camp. Now, for how long were you there? Were you
So
there?
estimate I was there at least 3 years. So I remember no, I was an infant when all this happened. So
Okay.
I wasn't walking yet. I was a baby. My sister, who's 5 years older. So the first year, no, we were with our parents together, and then no, what they do is no, because everyone labor. If you're walking, you're working. That's the phrase that I would say, right? If you can walk, you're working. So no, everyone labors. So the men, the women, the grandparents, if they're mobile, they are working, planting crops, picking rices, digging ditches, digging trenches, digging wells. Now, we had no running water, so we were catching rainwater, river water, storm water, right? No, from that. No, we were inland, so, and it's tropical. We had a lot of fruits and vegetable.
Okay.
And then, so the camp, no, if you've seen the Killing Field movie, that was pretty accurate how they described it, right?
Okay.
Because based on that movie, a lot of journalists went there to record what was happening, right, in this country of chaos at the time. So no, I had no people similar to me who grew up the same time have similar story, being captured, escaping, running away. So in 19, so we after the first year of being concentration camp, no, everyone lives in like a compound which is made of straw huts, bamboos and banana leaves, right? So and everyone know there's no locks on door because remember you're surrounded by fences, barbed wire, and guns.
Okay. So that's all you
So
know.
it's
So
yeah,
basically, that's all
from
you know.
sunrise to sunset. Yeah, that's all
Okay.
we know. From sunrise to sunset, we're working, right? Sunrise, everyone gets up, beginning to labor, right? You take breaks in between to eat or snack, whatever. So us kids, the young one who are infant who are not walking yet, they're sent to a group of older people who watches over the young one while their parent work out in the field, right?
Okay.
So I don't remember ever being nourished by actual human teats. So I was raised on soybean and soy milk in the sense, right? Because everything was vegetation we were raised on. So and as you grow older, the culture wise we respect our elder. It doesn't matter they're evil doer or they're good people. If you're elder, you give them that respect. They earn of being older, right?
Okay.
So everyone was grandma, grandpa, uncle, aunt, sister, or brother to us.
Okay.
in
Now,
that sign.
before we go any further, there's a picture behind you.
Yes, sir.
Can you talk about that picture behind you?
Yes, the black and white picture is me. This is in 1982 or so before I got sent to the Philippines. This is in Thailand. We were rescued and put in a beginning of a refugee encampment. So we have black and white picture. No, everything was in chalk back then. We had chalk. So I am holding a small chalkboard with our last name, and to them we're a number. We were assigned numbers, so I'm 3 of 4,
Okay.
besides our T number. So
Okay.
there's a T behind the 3. I'm 3 of 4 because there was 4 of us: my brother, my mother, and me, and my sister. So 4 of us.
And-
To the other side of the picture is my graduation picture from Navy boot camp in 1995.
Okay. Okay. Wow. Wow. So now, you mentioned earlier that your sister witnessed your father being executed.
Yes, so in I believe it was 1978. So when you think different or your mind is somewhere, you're thinking about escaping. If you're smart, if you were educated, they don't like that, right? That means you have the mentality to escape or to cause an uproar, right? To cause dissident between the inside. So sometimes to teach people lessons about running or escaping, say you run away, they catch you, they won't kill you, they just abuse you and hurt you in front of people like a public display. That way, this is what happened when you escape or try to get away because they need laborers. So my father was actually, from what I heard from my mother, he was executed in front of her and my sister when he was in 1978. He was they were in their 20s then. My parents were in their 20s.
Okay.
They
So-
had my sister young.
So they make an
Yeah.
example of somebody, so therefore it can be embedded in someone's head. If you were to do this,
Definitely.
this is what's going to
Yes.
happen to you.
Definitely, yeah. If you're thinking about escaping or running away, this would happen to you. No,
Okay.
it's how people get things to get done, right? When you witness something so traumatic, you don't want to be going through the same thing, right? The pain, the anguish, and I can't imagine what my mother and sister went through because I was an infant. So to me, like I've been on this earth now 48 years. I don't remember ever knowing my father.
Okay.
So I've seen his picture, but I don't remember ever being held by him
Hmm.
because I've never had that memory, because he passed when I was so young, so I don't remember.
So now
So,
your family,
it's 78.
not to cut you off, your family escaped, and
Yes. So we were in the concentration camp in there for about 3 years. So right. So but you always think about escaping. So in 1978, after they killed my father, they took my sister away for 3 years from our mother. So she was 5, 6 years older. No, she can work a long hours throughout the day. So they separate family from their parents. They separate kids, children, right? So they took her away to a different encampment. So to work the land, pick crops. Little one, no, they have small hands, small feet. They can do things. I remember when I was walking as an infant, and when I was walking, I was throwing two ditches to dig well, to dig to gather the clay, to start bringing up crops and stuff, because that's how everyone work in labor. So my sister, imagine a mother, husband being killed, daughter taken away, and lost in the world. But my mom, like I said, she's our foundation, she's our strength, she's our rock.
Right.
She never let up. She kept focus. We kept focus. And so by my mom not seeing her daughter for a long time. So by I think 1979 or that time, the Khmer Rouge were disbanding. Different sector were breaking up. No, it was an internal turmoil, right? People, mistrusting each other. And that how I think when you become, when you're so what do you say, so stuck on yourself, and that you think everyone's against you, right? That kind of thing. So they were letting us go. So not to question why they let us go. We took off, and my mom was running me and her, carrying me along the way. She ran to a group of children, all skin and bone, covered in mud, looked like the Walking Dead, right? Malnourished. And all the kids' head were shaven, like I'm going right now, right? It's just covered in skin and bone and dirt. And my mom did not recognize her own daughter. It's been 3 years, right? She's 8, right? My sister had to convince my mother that's her daughter.
Wow.
So not to question her too many times, we all ran together, and we ran to Thailand, which is a neighboring country.
So now, by escaping, how did your family survive from food, shelter, and wild animals, wildlife?
Oh yeah. It's a tropical thing. So there's plenty of fruits and vegetables, tropical fruits, and we knew what to eat. Which is poisonous, which is not. My mom was really good at that. My mom is really spiritual.
Okay.
So always praying, guiding, praying to her ancestors to guide us to where we're safe, right? So what she mentioned, she told me, she would run at nighttime and hide during the day, right? Because daytime, that's where they can see you, right?
The nighttime is even worse. Nighttime is
it's worse, but it's more they can't see you. You're covered in silhouette of the canopies of trees and stuff, right? So mind you, my mom, by chance, by luck, she never stepped on a landmine. People around her were stepping on landmine and just blowing up and dying. It was how it was, because you run. You try to. So mind you, I'm a baby. She's carrying me the whole time on her back and her front, right? Nursing me when she can. Nursing me with just vegetation stuff. Nothing actual nursing thing. And keeping me quiet. Imagine me, a baby. I could have made noise and stuff, right?
Sure.
But she mentioned I was pretty good. Staying calm, staying quiet. But she did mention I did complain a lot about being tired when the whole time she's carrying me, right? You know how little kids are.
I'm trying to visualize this. Your mom is carrying you in the night. There's no lights other than the moonlight. So you're really that's scary to me. I mean,
that's it. It's you have to do things to survive, right?
That's true too.
Right. My sister's trailing along, keeping us safe. Our mother, like I said, the things she had to do to keep 2 kids alive at the time, right?
Right.
So we escaped. We ran into Thailand and to a neighboring country, and my mom found a town. Now it's called Chunburi. So she met she left me and my sister behind in hiding somewhere in the jungle. She went into town and she met a Thai gentleman, who agreed and took us in. He was a single man with several daughters himself. Single man, he took us in, and then for the next 2 years, that's all we know, living with him. So, and then that's how we had my brother.
Okay.
Right? My brother was born in 1981 in Chunburi, Thailand. So he was named after that town. So my brother didn't realize that we had different father until I told him when he was 19 years old.
Oh, wow.
We didn't, because we have the same mother. It's our mother.
Right,
it's not about anything else. So we were living nicely in that small town. So same thing. We were always in hiding. We come out during dusk and dawn to gather food from the nearby beaches. Crabs, coconut, berries and like that. But we never hung out outside in the community because that way we learned the language. We spoke Thai and Cambodian and Thai is very similar. Our alphabet is the same. Some words are the same.
Could you give us something? Give us some examples of what you can speak in.
Oh, I can say Jariep So, right? That means nice to meet you. Jariep So.
I'm not even
And
trying
right.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Wow.
Stuff like that. And no, it's just the basic stuff like that. We learned that and yeah, but then 2 years later in 1982, a military convoy from Thai army showed up at our place of residence. And our father at the time, who was the Thai man, was out and away, selling his good. He does selling commercial goods, groceries, whatever, in the streets, right?
Okay.
So the convoy, they demand that we go with them. Of course, we can't question who they are. They have guns, right? So without him knowing, they only took me, my sister, brother, and my mother. They didn't take his daughters because they were Thai citizen. So they took us four and put us in back of a convoy van and took us, into the jungle somewhere. Now, for us, everyone's praying, right? Because we thought we're going to be executed. We had no idea where we're going, right? You're riding in the dark, in the convoy, praying. Mind you, we weren't the only one in the convoy. There were other families that they found. I would say stragglers, right? People, runaways, right? Mind you, they were looking for runaways from, and so it's obvious, so they took us to about a 4 or 5 hour ride in the convoy in the jungle. We end up in the middle of a jungle of nowhere. After that, they instruct us to line up, and they stood behind us. So no, when they line you up and they stand behind you, we're expecting to be shot, right? So of course everyone's praying in their native tongue. Mind you, there weren't just Cambodians there. There were Vietnamese, Laotians, and Thai people too. We are all stragglers running away. So they line us up, and then they instruct us to turn around, and lo and behold, in the middle of a jungle, a white building with a red cross. I've never seen such a thing. So it was the Red Cross there. Right. So from there, that's how you got that picture behind me, the black and white picture of my childhood there. That's when they start processing us until we were sent to the Philippines for further processing. So luckily we were picked up by the UN council in the sense, right, in the Thai area and taken to a processing center.
So now how long
from there?
So how long did you
Yes,
stay?
sir.
How long did you stay in the processing center?
So from 1982 to 1984.
So for 2 years.
So for 2 years. So we were there usually about 6 to 8 months, right? They get people out and about, but we were there longer because I was ill, malnourished. I had to have surgery. They had to remove gout and goiter on me. I still have the scar to this day on my neck and everything. Because when you're in the malnourished, because they can't send you to a free world until you're healthy, right? Because you might bring diseases.
Okay.
So from Thailand, we were taken to the Philippines, to an island called Morong Bataong, right? Morong Bataong, which is an island in the Philippines. So where it's also another encampment, but they treat us better, right? They provided food, they had running water, they had electricity.
So that
was
basically that was the first time you ever seen running water and electricity.
Yes. In the Philippines in 1982, that was the first time I saw electricity and running water, and people wearing like nursing clothes, white clothes.
Let's back a little bit. When you was in the camp with the Red Cross, did you have to do any work or duties or?
No, they were just it was a process. No, it was pretty quick. Within a few weeks, we were sent to the Philippines.
Okay,
They were processing us, right?
Okay.
They were taking our picture. They were documenting the best they could, documenting us, right? So since we had no document, they were doing the best they can to give us birthdays, right? To give us of our birth and month. So most of our information is made up because we have no documents.
Wow.
So that's how it was. They gave me June 1st, right? This is the month of June, right? Happy birthday.
Oh, happy belated.
So yeah, they gave me June 1st. My sister June 5th, right? So they made it up for us because when they document our birthday, so they're off by several years. So right now I'm 48, but really my mom say I should be 50.
Okay.
Right. So that's the thing. But legally, I'm only 48 in the U.S. right now because of our document when we came here.
Okay. So therefore, once they processed you, then you went to the Philippines.
Yes.
And then what did you do
So in the Philippines, because I had to have surgery, I was there longer, right? It took us about 2 years to get healthy. So while you're there, they start teaching you the basic English, the ABCs. Now we recognize numbers, right? Because it's universal number, math-wise universal. So we recognize numbers like that.
Okay.
But yeah, they taught me to play musical chair. So I learned English through play, right? So the first time music note I ever heard on a recorder was London Bridge is Falling Down, right? Never heard never heard that kind of music before. Because I remember in the concentration camp, all only music and sound I hear is propaganda music. Telling us that brotherhood is this, brotherhood is that.
Throughout this big speaker.
Yeah, so that's how I was on this big megaphone speaker, right? In the morning you get up, right? You labor. They tell you the rules. No, this is everyone is equal. We all work for a purpose, right? Which wasn't true, right? We did all the labor. They took all the goods out of it, right? They took 90% of the good, and we get the leftover, based on family size. That's what they provided. Salt, they gave us grain. Salt based on family size. Meat was scarce. You don't get meat. Meat, if you catch it, it runs around you. You catch it, you don't ask what kind of meat, right? It's protein.
Okay.
Right? Food is food.
Before you go there, you say you catch it. What kind of meat do you catch?
Lizard, rodent, tarantulas, snakes, eel. Now, rainy season is the best time to get meat. Turtles, fish, right? And us kids, we just, we're good at catching things, picking things. Sugar, the only sugar we had was honeysuckles, right? In that sense. Of course, beside the sugarcane, we had plenty of sugarcane, right?
Okay.
Except, for example, if you get sick, you go to the witch doctor, or the medicine man, right? He's always chewing some kind of herb or medicinal, right? You have no idea what he's chewing because, half the time of any illness half the time is belief, right? So when you're sick, you go to him, he'll spit on you, he smack you. You heard of coining and cupping, right? That's what we usually do, right? The process of hurting yourself so you can heal, right? The coining process and the cupping, right?
Okay.
This
is something new to me. So break that part down. So
coining is when you when you say you have a fever, your fever over 100 degree temperature, right?
All right.
So you need to bring down your fever. So we start coining is when you use a Vaseline or any kind of oil, right, on your skin, and you scrape yourself up or down, vertical, whatever, any pattern. You cause yourself the bruise. So when you're really sick, those bruises become black, right? As you heal, it gets lighter and lighter. Now, unless you cut yourself, actually, there's no scar. It goes away after you heal, right? It's like that. So people now I've seen on social media, they use for decoration, right? But cupping, they actually sell the kits now. The actual kit, for cupping, right? The cupping is a glass jar, right? You heat it up, and like a vacuum, you put it on the skin, right?
Right.
At different sections, and then it sucks. It sucks out the the bad stuff, and after then you sleep it off. After a few days, you feel better, and it's half the time it's a belief, right? To this day, I still use that process of coining and cupping, right? Because I don't really take over the counter medicine like that, so I try to do more traditional, right? It's painful in the beginning. It's painful when they're doing it. So, but when it heals, you feel much better, right? When you're healing, after the fact.
Dar, stay with me for one moment. We're going to take a little small break. We're going to come back and talk about more about this. We'll be back.
Yes, sir.
We'll be right back.
Yes, sir.
And we're back. Stewart Spotlight Podcast with my guest, Dar. Dar, continue about the medicine man. That was really interesting.
It's I say half the time, he also does, besides doing coining and cupping, there's also needlepoint, right? He was good at that as well. So I have I have several burn marks on my body, stomach and back, from because I was really sick as a child, right? To the point of dying. So to save me, he burned pressure points. So I have 5 burn mark on my belly, my abdomen, and 3 on my back. So when I was really sick to the point of dying, my mom told me he burned me. No, it's scarred. So it's no, I'm scarred for life pretty much, right? Because it's actual instant. No, he pushed it into your pressure points and then it saved me. It saved my life, right? I've been around since then, right? So that's how no, it was. My mom has several on herself as well, because
Okay.
when you're ill, almost to the point of dying, they have to do something more drastic, right?
Okay.
So I so
Whew.
so from the Philippines, right, in Marong Bataang, we were there for 2 years. At the same time, we were taught by nuns and Christians over there, because I would say about 99% of the Philippines is either Christian or Catholic, right?
Okay.
So we were taught English, by the nuns and stuff like that through play, musical chair. My mother and sister were being taught English, so we learned the basic of saying yes, no, counting, recognizing alphabet, right? And then finally, when you're there, people are looking for you or processing you or trying to sponsor people, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what I remember at the time in that early 80s, from the refugee encampment, people were being sent to Australia, Europe, Canada, and the U.S. Those were the 4 main continent that would take you as refugees, right?
By
Because
sponsorship. By sponsorship.
yeah, by sponsorship, yeah, because they can pick and choose, right? Know who they want, because mind you, the killing field caused a lot of orphan. There were so many orphan, right? A lot of parents were killed, a lot of kids were orphans, so they go with whoever take them, right?
Okay.
So I remember a time, the first time I met a person who was fair skinned, blonde hair, blue eye, she wanted to adopt me. She asked my mother's permission. My mother said yes. I was maybe 4 or 5, right? I threw a big fit. I refused to go with this lady because I never seen someone so different, right? Because growing up, we're all fairy tale and folklore, like any fairy tale folklore. People like her, blonde hair, blue eye, fair skin, were witches that eats kids. So I was pretty much scared. So I refused to go with her. So she went on and took another child in that sense there.
Okay.
So and plus, imagine if I left my mother and sibling, I would have forgotten about them, right? Because we've been in the U.S. now 41 years. So I would have forgot about my sibling and mother. So
And,
that's,
and there
I'm
was
glad
no,
I,
and there
I,
was
I,
no, there was no connection. If you were to been adopted by that person, you wouldn't be able to connect back to your family.
yeah, that's the thing. I would have been European because back then we didn't have any connection through anything, right? Besides letter,
Oh, okay.
right? This is
Because
the
of
80, right? No
okay, this
social media,
social
internet,
media,
yeah.
right? Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, we had no,
Okay.
remember, everything about us is pretty made up, right? So I'm sure the lady would change my name and identity if I
Right.
went to
Okay.
Europe with her. So
Oh, okay. So
so
go
so
ahead.
finally in that summer we found out we got a sponsor from the US.
Okay. Okay.
So we were told that our sponsor is a Christian church based out of Denver, Colorado.
Right. That was in
So they
84.
prep us, they prepare us, and then August of 1984, we were taken to the capital of Manila. We got on a jumbo jet, right, double decker. Mind you, I've never been on an airplane in my life. I've never seen such a big piece of metal, right? We do what they say, they point, we go. So we got on the jumbo jet, sat next close to each other. There's plenty of room, right? No, they have television on the airplane. We never seen such a thing, right? And they gave each of us a deck of playing cards. Now we recognize playing cards, so for some reason we recognize, right? Because we played the cards like that, and then so I'm sorry. In the Philippines, while we were there, they were teaching us about Christ and religion, right?
Okay.
So because they were introducing us to the idea of God, of Jesus, right? So we would sit on a dirt lot. You're talking about 10,000. No, you're talking about people from Southeast Asia, Vietnamese, Laotian, Cambodian, Thai, sitting on a dirt lot at night, watching films after film about Jesus, the crucible, him being crucified. And of course, we have no idea what's going on. Everything's in English, right? And of course, being that young, I'm thinking, is that going to happen to us? Are we going to wear the crown of thorns? Are we going to be crucified like him? Maybe it was a scare tactic to make us listen. We had no idea, right? Because they were showing things we never seen before. We never seen film. We never saw electricity. So everything was so new. So
And
we just go with the flow.
especially in a different language, too.
Yes. So we just did that. And finally, we came on a jumbo jet in August of 1984. Yeah, I didn't get airsick. My sibling mother did. I remember them throwing up. I didn't throw up. I ate everything they gave me. So I remember the first time they gave everyone processed food, everyone had the runs in the camp because we're not used to, our body's not used to that kind of food before, right? Processed food, homogenized, whatever. So we're used to eating natural stuff,
Okay.
right? So I remember in the camp, the first time they gave us processed food, everyone had to go, right?
Okay.
So no, imagine the mess that made.
Yeah.
So,
Literally.
so I remember flying. It was a long. No, it took about at least over 24 hours. So first, what I remember I'm sure they landed in Europe first to drop off some people who were being sponsored by European countries, Spain, France, or whatever. And then from there, I remember recognizing. Well, if I think back now, it was we went to New York. I remember the Statue of Liberty coming in. So right, coming at night, we saw that, and we landed in LaGuardia. Right, and then from there they move us to a smaller plane, to a smaller commercial plane, a domestic plane from there, from LaGuardia, and then we arrived to Denver, Colorado at like 3 a.m. So late August, it's cool. Never been in such a thing. So many lights because we never seen lights like that, right? No, the cities are lit up, right?
Right.
We got to the airport. A gentleman waiting for us, a white gentleman, tall, skinny, white. He had a sign with our name on it, our last name, so we recognized that. And not knowing about stranger, we went with him. All 4 of us fit in the back seat of his sedan, right? No seatbelt law back then. We all sat in the back together. He spoke kindly, the best he could in English, right? Kindly, we just listened to him. He drove us a good 30-minute drive. We drive that night. We got to our host family. So our host family took us in. They took us to the basement and showed us our bedroom. So we never seen a mattress before. It was a queen size mattress in one room in the basement. They suggest we sleep on it. So we don't know what to do with a mattress at the time. So we all end up sleeping on the floor that night because because we never seen mattresses before. So that's the thing.
Okay.
So and then in the morning we met the host family and the rest of his family there, his kids, whatever, right? And then they the best they could, they taught us how to use the bathroom, how to flush the toilet, how to use the toilet paper, running water. We saw a microwave, television, right? That kind of thing. A backyard with hoses. We never seen such a thing. So we know it wasn't a culture shock. Being that young, you can learn and open to anything, right? So we picked it up. My mom, her words always, hey, listen to these people, respect them, honor them, right? They're helping us, respect your elder. No, it's just our mom, she knew, to make sure that we'll be good people and listen to what they say. And so within the first week in the U.S., our family got our green card, and me and my sister started school right away. My brother was only 2, so I started 2nd grade. My sister started 5th or 6th grade with the local school, which is like about 5 blocks away. The small town I grew in was Aurora, Colorado at the time, and thinking back now, the school, I would say about 95% was white, right? And a few other minority. And the first time I saw a young child who was an African American, he was in my 2nd grade class, Miss Becca's class. His name was Peter. So right that day, and then of course me not knowing English, but everyone was so welcoming, right? The teacher asked who wants to help Dara with his English, and everyone seemed to volunteer, right? So that afternoon when I got home from school, I told my mother, Mama, there's someone at school darker than us, right? And it was because I've never seen such different people before, right? So I started 2nd grade. No special class needed. Being that young, we pick up the language pretty quick. So 2nd grade, and all the church wanted from us was go to church on Sunday. They found my mother work right away. She worked at the local meat factory, Bar S, processing meat, packaging meat, it's like that. She did that. They gave her a station wagon to drive her to school, right? Which is one of those boarded station wagon back then.
So now, was all this funded by the government or by the states?
It was through. I'm sure the church had a lot of pull because we remember we're refugees. So this was during Reagan's time, so a lot of refugees were dispersed throughout the world, right?
Okay.
And government, states and then will pick it up the tab, right? A lot of Southeast Asian were brought to Central California to work the land, right? Back then. So our sponsor was based out of Denver. So I started school. We live in the first year we were, first year or so we were living with a host family, and then finally the government they move us to the projects, which is a government housing project program, right, in Denver, in the capital. So we moved there. Yeah, we had a 2-story, 3-bedroom apartment, and anything you need, supply to clean the yard, take care of your yard. You just go to the warehouse, give them your membership card or so, and they give you the supply. And I remember that was the first time I joined the local Boys and Girls Club, which was like a block from the projects. So you get to meet all sorts of different ethnic groups, right? Hispanic, African American, Asian, and yeah, we like anything you learn through play, right? Playing pool, playing bumper pool, swimming.
So now, did you have any problems in school as far as fights?
No, academically, I did really well. No, but I didn't know there was in the at the time, being that young, you don't understand about racism and stuff. Right? So people didn't look at me weird or call me out, because if they did, I wouldn't remember. But when I got to 4th, 5th grade, that's when I started learning some words that were offensive, right? Like Asian people, they would call us nips, right? The N word also, right? Nips, like that. So which I had no idea, right? So, and then because I remember my first best friend was a white kid named Adam. His family took me in. I remember I was so small. Eating dinner with them, I had to sit on a high chair at their table. So because they live right across from the school, and they would invite me. And Adam, his brother Matt was in my sister's class. So his older brother knew my sister, and Adam knew me because we were in the same classroom. But yeah, it's just but you feel that as I got older, you start realizing the people are not really liking each other because of our differences.
Okay.
Right, especially in the project area, people will call you out, or the stereotype of being about being Asian, what kind of thing you eat, that kind of thing, right? No, but no, we just ignored, because we all got along. I said, no, we kept to ourselves. No, I was focused on school and doing well. No, respecting my mother's wishes, right? To respect other, keep focused on school, and just believe, in yourself.
Okay,
So
now,
we live in Denver. Yes, sir.
Now you went to school, and
Yes, sir.
What made you go into the Navy?
So the Navy at 17. I joined the Navy at 17. I had to get my mom's permission. I was underage. So I remember it was 1994 December, Christmas break. We have 2 weeks off from school for Christmas break. So I decided to walk myself to the recruiting depot, right? We'll all know, right? The Navy, the Army, the Air Force, and the
Marines.
Marines, right? So I went to each department and asked them, right? Only the Navy offered me, hey, you want to take the ASVAB right now? I took it, right? Okay, let's take the ASVAB. So I took it. I scored high enough. He gave me the whole manual. Pick any job you want. There's over 3,000 jobs. So everything's in military jargon. So I don't know. I saw the word hospital corpsman. I asked him, is this in a hospital? Yeah. Okay, give me that job, right? Okay. How old are you? 17. Okay, yeah, you need your mom over to come and sign some contract for you, right? Mind you, I haven't finished high school yet. I was 6 months away from finished high school. So I convinced my mom. My mom didn't want to, because where we came from, going through a war-torn country, the fear of being sent to war. She didn't want that of me. But I told her, Mama, I don't want you to worry about college. I'm going to do this myself, because single mom with 5 kids by now, right? So the struggle, and I didn't want that burden on my mother. So me being the oldest son, you can say I forced her hand to sign my contract, and it turned out for the best.
Yes,
So that summer, yeah.
Go ahead, because you went.
Yeah, that summer, July of so after graduate high school in 1995 in June, that July I left for boot camp at Great Lakes, Illinois. That's the Navy boot camp center right there.
Right.
Yeah. So the hard thing about military is boot camp. After boot camp, no one's allowed to curse or put you down, because as long as you respect the rank, you do your job, you do well, right? So after boot camp, I went to my medical school, right, in San Diego. So I went through I was really good at what I did. I finished school fine. So I chose to stay in San Diego so I can be closer to mom. My first duty station was in San Diego at the Naval Hospital in Balboa. Because I wanted to go to Japan, but I talked to my mom about it. She said, no, don't go too far, right? So I was only about 200 miles away from my mom in San Diego.
Okay. Yeah. So now, by going to school, you received your AA at Long Beach City College.
Yes, sir. So after boot camp, after finishing my career with my first tour with the Navy, I came home 1999, and I started a community college.
Okay,
Right.
hold before you go
I
before so you were honorable discharge
I
from
was
that
honorably discharged. Yes,
because
I
of
got
what?
my. Oh, I got hurt in one of my trainings, so I got honorable discharge.
Okay,
So and then so I did about 3.5 years, right,
okay,
instead of my tour. So I came home with that in mind. I started community college using my GI Bill,
mm-hmm,
right. I got my AA in liberal arts from Long Beach Community College.
mm-hmm.
Then I transferred to Cal State Long Beach, hoping to get into the nursing program. But then I was told there was a 3-year waiting list. I didn't want to wait 3 years, so I ended up getting my Bachelor of Science in Criminal Justice.
Mm.
And since then, I've been working with the school district for over 25 years now, teaching and working with people with mental and physical disability, and from children to adults. And I love it. It's a little thing.
So by looking back over your life, you think you really, I mean, in my opinion, you achievement. It was determination that what you wanted to do and to become successful in your career path. And my head goes off to you. It's just coming from a refugee camp and going through all those trials and tribulations and what you have to do to survive. A lot of people wouldn't be able to do it. That's a hard. And my head goes off to your mom because
Yes.
going through those woods at night, caring and whew. Okay.
Yeah,
So
that's the thing. I would say, yeah, everything is like it goes to my mom, right? She's the foundation. She's a
right.
rock. No, it's just to this day she has 9 grandkids, right? No, and she still do things for them like we did, no, for her kids, right? She still drive them to school. The little one, when both parents work, she takes them to school, pick them up, and when she cooks, she doesn't just cook for herself. She cooks for everyone. And no, I'm the one making the delivery to 4 or 5 different places, right? Because no, mom when she cooks, it's no, she thinks about her kids first before herself, right? My mom always put other people's first before herself, right? And no,
Mhm.
we tell her, no, she's in her mid 70s, and we tell her, take it easy, right? Don't do too much, right? No, do the simple thing. But no, she's not like that. She can't help it. It's just it's innate in her. So from her, that's why I learned about no, keeping the focus, right? Determination, keep focusing, doing what you best can, right? Serve others, right?
Mhm.
That's why I teach. I want to serve others in a sense, right? Because the goal of anything is independence, right? You want to teach a young one to grow up, respect other, love each other, and right, and then no, be independent. No, maybe take care of yourself. The simple things, no, the
Mhm.
basic thing. No, you don't have to get famous or popular or rich, right? It's nice to have, but the goal is no, staying alive and keep moving on, right? And no, the thing is, you want to be no, just a good human being to other people. No, I've gone through it. No, I said I've seen the differences in the racial things and like that. No, I grew up with that, no, with negativity and all, but I put that aside. No, you have to be positive. No, you can't let things like that hurt you emotionally. No, you have to be stronger than that, right? Just no, let it go off your back, right? No, like no, while water running off your back, just turn the other cheek. No, whatever the Bible say, right? No, like I said, you can take it, but like I said, no, you can speak up your mind though, right? You can tell
Mhm.
how you feel about it. Just understand that no, we have to accept each other for our differences. No, that's what makes the world go round, no, because of our differences, right?
Right.
Because no, like I say, we as human beings, we have so much potential, but then again, because of our differences, we hinder each other, right? We try to keep each other down, besides trying to raise each other up. So my goal, I would say, no, just keep the faith and love each other, care for each other, just keep focused and no, do you, and then hopefully you can bring people along with you, right? Love yourself before you love others.
Darren, you has a story to share. I really want to thank you for coming on and I mean, just when I read this and just by going through some of the things your mom and you and your siblings went through, whew, that's really deep. That's really, really deep. But then you came out on the other side,
Yes,
a person
yes,
who's went through the military, who served the
yes.
country, who uh, been educated, and now you're working for 20 years with special need. That's truly a blessing there. But once
Yeah,
again,
yeah, no, I feel fortunate. Yeah, I feel fortunate. It's a little thing, and no, if I didn't like it, I wouldn't be doing it,
yeah,
right? No, I enjoy what I do. It's a little thing. No, you get the little thing in return, right?
right,
It's a simple thing, the little thing. That's what makes it worthwhile.
right.
right? Yeah.
Okay, Dara. So I want to thank you for coming on. Feel free to come back anytime. We would love to continue to hear some of those really deep. Maybe might want to talk to your mom something that you may have forgotten that you want to share with us. That's really
Yes.
this, and I really like that picture behind you because it shows a lot. Let me bring that picture back up. It shows a lot from where you were to where you are in between.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
And
I still have the same eyes and same teeth. So.
okay. Well, thanks once again. Thank you, and feel free to come back, and we will talk soon.
Thank you, Mr. Stewart. All
Have a
right.
nice one. All right.
Be well, sir.
You
Thank
too.
you.
Thank you. You heard it there first, and whoo, that's deep. That's really, really deep. Wow. Okay, it's moving right along, and my next week guest is a dear friend of a friend of a friend, who I call my little niece, Cynthia Jernigan. She will be on next week to speak about her kidney transplant. Whew, two kidneys. She's going to be here next week to tell us about it. Okay, before I end, I'm going to give you my Bible verse today. Come from Proverbs 16:3. Commit to the Lord whatever you do, and He will establish your plans. Look it up. Proverbs 16:3. Well, I hope everyone enjoyed this program this evening, and feel free to give us some feedback. Give us a call, 888-552-1944, or maybe visit our website. Or send me an email at william@stewartspotlight.com. I'm just still trying to understand that whole refugee to United States citizen. Okay, until then, I want everyone to have a nice weekend. Be safe. Enjoy. Until next week, God bless.